Hi everybody and welcome to Simply Scuba and welcome to Top Tip Tuesday. Last week I gave a whole bunch of tips for instructing staff and teaching divers how to dive, and I figured the flip side of that could be useful to divers with advice and tips for new divers on how is best to complete your next course. The first thing that you need to do is to find the right instructor. When you find the right instructor that you get along with, the course is just going to go so much smoother, and you'll actually find that you'll end up learning a lot more if you feel more comfortable and compatible with your instructor. You can shop around when it comes to instructors, and it's worth taking a little bit of time, especially with the higher end courses, in finding the right instructor that just kind of jives with you. But most instructors should actually be able to get on with most people. We're usually a likable bunch, but the more you get on with your instructor, the more likely you're just going to casually chat and open up, and you'll just end up learning more. Give yourself plenty of time. A dive course isn't something that you can just turn up to on the morning and just sit through and expect to pass. There's usually some homework ahead of time. Plan some time to go to the dive center, organize the course, collect your textbooks and everything, and actually read through that textbook before your classroom session. If you're unprepared for your classroom session, it's just going to take much longer, and of course we only have so much time. So do allow for at least a good few weeks ahead of time, if you do have that time, just to prepare for the upcoming course and course dates. We can't do training dives just at the drop of a hat. Depending on the dive center, they may have limited spaces, equipment, instructors, and just time to run some courses. So don't get too bent out of shape if they can't do a specific open water specialty dive on the exact date that you need, or just add you on to an existing date, because the instructors themselves, they can only do so many training dives in a day. So again, give yourself plenty of time just in case, so that you can allow for a reasonable date so that they can take you on that qualifying dive. Try not to cut corners or ad-lib with any skills or anything. Your instructor has spent a long time building up their training repertoire and each step of each skill to ensure that you do it correctly without missing anything out. We know that some skills can have shortcuts, but they have to be done properly and reliably for us to actually sign you off. If you try to be smart, then we're just going to make you do it again, but the proper way. So do your best to do it as your instructor has taught you. At the end of a lot of sessions, there's usually time allocated for practice and perfection, or something to that effect, where you can just go back into the pool and practice the skills yourself or go on an extra dive. This is often optional, but whilst you're there, take that opportunity and practice your skills. You're in a safe place with an instructor right there, and the more that you repeat something, the more confident that you're gonna be before your final assessment. So take every opportunity to practice skills if you're given it, because a lot of students just opt to, oh, you know what, let's just get out as soon as possible. Check that everything has been signed off properly. Now, I know it's hard for you as a student to know if something that should be signed hasn't been signed, but just ask your instructor before you leave for the day if everything has been signed off correctly, because the last thing that you want is for a month down the road, when you're at a different dive center in a different country going to continue your course, for them to look at your logbook and it's missing an important signature. There's a ton of things that we have to sign off as an instructor for each individual student, and we do miss things from time to time, especially when there's multiple students, and it's just best to just get us to confirm that everything is signed off properly before you leave. Just show us your logbook and just ask, is everything signed off properly? If you're ever unsure about anything, just ask anybody as early as possible. Small confusion points can just get larger and larger, and it's honestly best if you just ask. It can be about anything. A good instructor should be able to teach something in a few different ways, so that that one way should be able to should be much easier for you to understand. If you didn't understand the first way, they should be able to teach you in a slightly different and better way. And equipment issues as well. It's best if you ask, and we can confirm if everything is all right or if we need to fix anything. If there's ever anything that you're unsure about, it's best just to say, is this normal? And then they can confirm, yeah, that's normal, don't worry about that, or, ooh, we need to fix that. Practice your breathing. It sounds very simple, but a lot of my students, when I used to ask them to exhale through their nose, would exhale through their mouth as soon as they duck under the water. Just practice breathing in through your mouth and out through your nose. Not too much or you'll start to go dizzy, but do your best to control kind of where you're inhaling and where you're exhaling. We call it airway control, and it will make some of the skills much easier during your foundational courses, but it's just good habit to get used to where the air is coming in and where the air is going out during a dive. Give it time and think ahead. When you're in the water, some things can take a little while and you have some momentum once you're moving, so you'll just keep on going. For buoyancy, there's usually a second or two of delay between when you inhale and then you start to ascend. So try to plan for that delay and try not to flutter with your hands too much. Just think a little bit ahead, usually a couple of seconds for that buoyancy change. Just wait a little bit of time and you will get to where you need to go. And when you're finning, a little goes a long way and you will keep going. So do look ahead to make sure that you're not going to bump into anything, and pay attention to any kind of water movements so that, again, you don't bump into anything. Don't get dressed too early. I know I've told you to try and be as prepared and organized ahead of time as possible, but when you're actually getting ready for a dive, don't get into your wetsuit or your dry suit too early. Wait until you're actually told to get into your suit, because otherwise you're just going to boil inside of it waiting for everyone else to get ready, just stood around whilst they get into their suits, and you'll just be praying for the sweet release of the cold, cooling water to jump into. So if everyone else is getting ready, don't try and jump the gun and get into your wetsuit. Wait until your instructor actually says, you know what, now everyone get into their suits, because otherwise, yeah, you're just going to be stood there getting way too hot. That's it for today. If you have any useful tips for other divers, then let them know down in the comments below. And remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Then, of course, head over to our website, simplyscuba.com. Thank you for watching, everybody, and of course, safe diving.